O'Reilly Factor.
Thanks for staying with us. I'm Michelle Malkin in for Bill O'Reilly. And in the Impact segment tonight, as we told you last week, Barack Obama got a lot of attention when he said he'd use military force to root out terrorists in Pakistan. Here's what Mitt Romney had to say about that in yesterday's Republican debate.
I had to laugh at what I saw Barack Obama do. I mean, in 1 week, he went from saying he's going to sit down, for tea with our enemies, but then he's going to bomb our allies. I mean, he's gone from Jane Fonda to Dr. Strangelove in 1 week.
Joining us now from Washington, Democratic strategist Michael Brown and Carrie Lukas of the Independent Women's Forum, a conservative group. We're going to do ladies first here. Carrie, what was your response to Mitt's soundbite there at the debate?
Well, I think it was very accurate. It really caught, I think, what a lot of people found so jarring about Senator Obama's recent statement was it really was just a complete about-face from where he's been before. And I think this is one of the difficulties that the Democratic candidates face in general, is while they all are appealing to the peace movement and some of the base that is so anti-war, they need to show that they want to be tough on terror. And Senator Obama just took it a little far, I think, showing a little bit of his inexperience.
Michael, Obama had a really bad week last week. Do you agree with Mitt there about his assessment?
I think I agree that this is politics as usual in a very heated campaign season.
Which part? Obama's statements?
Well, both.
Or?
But I think both. I think both Governor Romney's and Senator Obama's and everyone else who's running for president. It doesn't really matter at this time. What really matters is the Republicans see where they are in the polls. No matter what Democratic candidate is the nominee, they all beat every single Republican. So what the Republicans are now doing is making sure that they're starting to attack now. They're starting to attack whoever the potential nominee is, the front runners in the Democratic Party. It's okay. That's what politics is all about. In the end, the American people will decide whether they like a particular policy of a candidate or they don't. And that's what elections are all about.
Hey, Michael, it matters what a man running for president says about foreign policy, and it certainly mattered to people in Pakistan who were lighting flags, American flags, burning them in response to, there we go, to what Obama said. Were those Karl Rove plants, Michael?
Well, I didn't say it didn't matter from the sense it doesn't matter what someone says. What I said was that it matters what the American people will say in a voting booth, whether they like that particular policy or not. That's what matters. Same with whether it's Governor Romney or Mayor Giuliani or Senator McCain and other Republicans that may make some statements that will always be analyzed, whether they're right or wrong. The American people will essentially decide. That's what I mean by it doesn't matter.
You want to jump in there, Carrie?
Yeah, I think that this is kind of an important moment because I think what this is really about is are the Democrats going to be comfortable staying with their anti-war, get out of Iraq as soon as possible position, which is really what they've been doing to try to appeal to the base. I think that what Senator Obama was really, he was starting to try to do was try to moderate that view and to show that he wasn't just going to be a pushover, that he did want to fight the war on terror. And I think that it's going to be one of the challenges, although you may be saying that the Democrats are in a better position than Republicans looking forward to 2008. I do think this is really the lingering problem that while a lot of people are frustrated with the war in Iraq, they don't want to have they want to have somebody who's going to be tough on terror.
But keep in mind the lingering problem is what this Bush administration has done with the war. They've messed it up. It's been mismanaged. It's been misappropriated. That's the problem. Everyone now is in response to try to fix a problem that your folks, frankly, have created. So that's what this is all about, and that's where you're going to hear a lot of different plans from different leaders from all over the world trying to figure out how to get the American people out of this mess.
The Middle East was such a docile place before the Bush administration came in. Everything was just hunky-dory with Saddam Hussein terrorizing his people.
That's your excuse and answer for the war? Is that it was a hunky-dory place before that being sarcastic?
Well, I mean, if you're saying that all the problems we face today are the result of the Bush administration, you've got to look back. Remember that 9/11 happened before we were in Iraq, and there were a whole lot of problems out there, including, obviously there are big challenges in Iraq, but we need to remember that there was a ruthless dictator there who was terrorizing his own people.
Let me jump in here. Hold on.
Misinformation was given for us to go to the war.
Let me jump in here, Michael, for a second. There's now a 22-point gap between Hillary Clinton and Barack Obama. Clearly, the kind of nut roots pandering that he's been doing and this unrepentant, immediate withdrawal strategy is not working for him. Do you agree?
Well, again, I don't know if I will agree or disagree what strategy is working for him. I clearly don't have access to Senator Obama's internal polling and what it may say on certain issues, so I don't know. And I think, again, the American people will decide this. We won't decide this on this show. The American people will decide as they see how the candidates perform and when we get real specific on their positions, then I think we'll have a better idea.
Exactly the right thing in appealing to her base, but not going all the way to left and really trying to become the candidate of the Coast Convention. It really shows, I think, that this kind of harkens back to the differences between Senator Obama and Senator Clinton, that Clinton is able to, she's a great campaigner. She knows what she's doing. She's a politically very savvy, I think, in towing the line between really appealing to the base but trying to remain electable by going to the center.
It's a tricky straddle, though. On the one hand, she's been attacked by the Cindy Sheehan's and the Code Pinks of the world, and yet she's been able to maintain enough of a friendly alliance with these Netroots people.
Yeah, exactly. I think she's doing a good job in trying to keep the base at least not hostile to her election, but to also remain electable for the general election. So she's playing it smart. She's going to be tough to beat.
Well, we'll keep an eye.
I agree with Carrie on everything she just said.
Well, what a wonderful note to end on. Thank you both.
Thank you.
In a moment.